when this first became a garden, before it became this how it looks today, and I think it's just beautiful. It was nothing but trees and grass. So she got some experts in and told them what she wanted to do, and they had committees, and you're going to see what is the result. Where the plaque is on the rock, it's going to be our geologic, ecological walk. It's going to be things from the beginning of Ohio, artifacts, rocks, different things from Ohio, and then ending up at the end there, that'll be the walk, and we'll end up with the rock, our nice rock. It's spelled G-N-E-I-S-S. It's pronounced nice. So if you come this way, I'll explain how that came about. Oh, I also want to mention, as we're walking, the trees that we had here, a lot of the trees were planted during the administration, the different administrations. The trees right there, the redbud trees, were planted during the last administration. They had 6 children, so they planted the redbud trees. The tree here in the corner was planted by paper bark maple. It doesn't have the propellers, like I call them propellers, like a regular maple tree does. Yes, and then you've got trees growing in your yard.
Right, and your flowers.
Yeah, especially. And that's not a good thing. No. We have a river birch also, and that I believe was planted by, I can't remember. I want to say the Voinoviches, but I can't remember.
It's not really that old. It's a palm tree.
Right. Right. For some reason, this is wonderful soil, and they don't use anything. Use everything organic. The horticulturist that was here, she can tell you all kinds of things about the soil. I don't know exactly. But the rock was found in up in New Albany. A lady was having a home built up there, and they found a contractor was digging, and as he dug, the rock grew. He says, I can't have that in my basement. So he contacted the residents, and we said, absolutely, we'll take it. And the rock weighs 16 tons, and it is 4 billion years old. And it cost him $10,000 to move it here. Nearly broke the truck. It landed there. That's where it's going to stay.
That's where it's going to stay.
You have my permission to move it.
Oh, okay. All right.
We have several different gardens with different types of soil, representing all the different areas of Ohio. We have a meadow garden here on the right. We also, the master gardeners call it a weed garden as well, because there's Joe Pye weed, milkweed, butterfly weed, and jewelweed. And there's not many of them in bloom right now, but also, if they didn't have any barriers and they wouldn't control it, it would eventually go into a woodland garden because the plant was famous. They wanted to distinguish the two, and the meadow garden was planted by the master gardeners in Ohio. The woodland garden that we have here is a rescue garden. 95% of the plants that are in here were rescued either by or from highways going in, such as down in Hocking County, the bypass that's going on down there, or other areas such as farmlands where the family of farmers no longer want to farm, and so it's been sold to housing developments, which is happening all over the world anymore. And so they contacted us and wanted us to help ourselves as far as saving the plants. The plants, there's over 1,000 different wildflowers in here. I want to point out the plant that's growing up on the tree. That's a vining hydrangea. It has a very lovely fragrance to it right now too, and it's the first time to bloom.
First time ever? We came at the right time.
You sure did.
Is this a millstone?
Yes, it is. The water feature that we have is a millstone. It's part of our county walk display. Every county was asked to contribute a rock or a stone or a fossil or something to represent their county. Washington County has a number of grist mills, and so they thought this grindstone would be just the same. So we brought it here and had it as a water feature. This morning there was a red-tailed hawk in there, and he was in there for the longest time, just taking a good bath. We have trillium in here. The yellow flower there is a celadon poppy, also a woodland poppy. And I'll point out one of the how it goes to seed. If some of you have never seen one of those, I think it's kind of interesting. We also have a number of pawpaw trees throughout this area. We have several trillium. We have purple trillium. We have white trillium. Jack in the Pulpit. Bleeding Heart. We can go this way. This is a woodland geranium. Called Greenstill. The plants that are in here like the shade, of course, and the toxins are not rescue plants, but because they do like the shade. And we try to feature hybridizers. Some of the hostas came from Wyandot, near Mansfield, Snellville. The pawpaw tree. We have Canadian violet. We have Canadian violet here. Yes. And they're yellow. They're yellow. Don't leave without us. I don't know if it's like part of the reading card. That's not. I don't know what that is. This garden is never raked when the leaves fall. You just let it go natural. Already very
They had a big like this down to the sidewalk. They had all really kind of
They get full grown. I mean, like a normal. I mean, they fall on Ohio banana, and they're not very long. They're about that fat, and I would say maybe about that long.
What's she called? Popeyes?
Yes.
We just have back in our woods.
That's where we got all these from woods and places like that.
Yeah, we had a pawpaw tree back in